Good morning, class. Today we're working on Unit 3, Lesson 10, Homework. Today we're going to talk about whole number division, and we're going to explore what we call fractional shares, and that's pieces of a whole. And let's just look at number 1. What we have there is 5 divided by 6. And one way to look at this is you have 5 pieces of candy, and you want to divide them equally among 6 friends. I can draw those 5 pieces of candy just as little squares here. And we're going to pretend that they're all the same size. You can see that I am not the greatest at drawing equal size boxes. But we have 5 pieces of candy, and we need to divide them equally among 6 friends. What you need to do then is break each one of those into into 6 pieces. And so we can divide it in half and then in thirds. And there you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces out of each one. And so you can do that with each one. Break it up into 6 pieces. And now each of those 5 pieces of candy have been broken into 6 pieces, and each person is going to get 1 piece of each of those 6. So they're going to get 1/6 here, they're going to get 1/6 here, 1/6 out of here, 1/6 out of this piece, and 1/6 out of the last piece. And so what you need to do then is just add them simply, and you have 5/6. Another way to write that is to think about you have 5 whole pieces of candy, and you are dividing that among your 6 friends. The way to look at that is to say 5 divided by 6 is equal to 5 times 1/6. And 5 times 1/6 is equal to 5/6. So you can get to it in different ways. But I wanted to draw a picture here so you could visualize what I'm talking about when I'm breaking each one of those up and each person is getting 1/6. Another way we look at that is we have 5 divided by 6, and we have a little chant that we do in class, and we say keep, change, flip. And let me show you what that looks like. We take our first number here and we keep it the same as it is, and we have 5. We take our sign and we change it, so we do the opposite. Instead of dividing, we multiply, and then we go to our other number and we flip it. And so if you were to write 6 as a fraction, it would simply be 6/1. But we're going to flip it upside down, and it's going to become 1/6. And simply complete your multiplication. We know that we have 5, and if we write it as a fraction, it's 5/1. So 5 times 1 is equal to 5, and 6 times 1 is equal to 6. And that is the method we call keep, change, flip. Keep the first number, change the sign, flip the last number. This is the one we're going to practice over and over again, and I want you to really remember that when dividing, keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. We're going to go ahead and move on and practice a few more together here. I'm going to leave my little chant here, keep, change, flip, on the screen, and we're going to go ahead and look at number 9. So what we have, and I'm going to write it above, 9, and we have divided by 1/5. And I'm going to do my keep, change, flip. And now I have 9, change the sign, times, flip, 5/1. Keep, change, flip. Now I write 9 as a fraction is 9/1. 9 times 5 is equal to 45. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And my answer for number 2 is 45. And there's my keep, change, flip model. Let's practice it again. Number 3 reads 33 divided by 30. And I'm going to complete my chant again, keep, change, flip. And so I'm going to keep my 33. I'm going to change my sign to multiply. And I'm going to flip 30. If I wrote 30 as a fraction, it's 30/1 if I write it as a fraction. So I'm going to flip it, and it's going to become 1/30. 30. And now I can simply complete my multiplication. 33 over 1 is how I would write 33 as a fraction. And I want to now look, can I cross simplify this? Well, absolutely I can, because I can see that I have 33 and 3. And I know that 3 can go into both of those, because 3 can go into 30 10 times, because 3 times 10 is equal to 30. And 3 can go into 33 11 times, because 3 times 11 is equal to 33. So now I can complete my multiplication. 11 times 1 is equal to 11, and 1 times 10 is equal to 10. And so my answer is 11 tenths, and I can see that I have an improper fraction there, so 10 can go into 11 one time without going over, and I'm left with a remainder of 1, and I write it over my original denominator. So my answer is 11 tenths, or 1 and 1/10. Let's keep practicing. If I'm thinking about this, it might be a good idea for you guys to, on your actual homework sheet there, at the top of the page, you've got this big blank spot up top right here. It might be a good idea to write keep, change, flip at the top as your reminder. See, I just put keep, change, flip right up there for an example for you. It's a good idea for you all to write it down. Let's go ahead and look at number 4. And what we have for number 4 is 8 divided by 1/6. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Keep, change, flip. So keep my 8, change my sign, divide becomes multiply, and then flip. Instead of 1/6, I now have 6 over 1. And then I need to write 8 as a fraction. I just write it over 1. 6 times 8 is equal to 48, and 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And 1 can go into 48 times. So your answer is 48. All right, we've done a few practices. We're going to continue and do a couple more. I really, really want you to memorize this chant. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Number 5 reads 3 divided by 10. I'm going to practice keep, change, flip again. Keep, my 3 remains the same. Change, my division becomes multiply. Flip, 10, if I wrote 10 as a fraction, it would be 10 over 1. So now I have to flip it, and it becomes 1/10. Okay, so keep, change, flip. Now I need to write 3 as a fraction, and I write it over 1. 3 times 1 is equal to 3, and 1 times 10 is equal to 10. And so your answer for number 5 is 3/10. Let's go on to number 6 together. We have 4, and we're dividing that by 1/9. 4 divided by 1/9. Let's continue our chant. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. We keep the 4, we change the sign, we flip the fraction. So now we have 4 times 9 over 1. And to write 4 as a fraction, we write it over 1. 4 times 9 is equal to 36, and 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And 1 can go into 36 times, and your answer for number 6 is 36. I'm hoping that this keep, change, flip is starting to get stuck in your head, which is what we want. Let's do number 7 together. We have 100 divided by 1/6. So we're going to keep our 100. We're going to change our sign, and we're going to flip our fraction. To write 100 as a fraction, I just write it over 1. And now I have 600, because 100 times 6 is equal to 600. I have 600 over 1, and 1 can go into 600 times. So my answer for number 7 is 600. I'm going to have you complete number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 on your own. If you want to pause it, it'd be a great place to pause it and practice your keep, change, flip right now. And then hit play again when you're ready to move on to our story problems. Let's look at number 13. Number 13 reads, Alexander is dividing oranges into eighths. He has 5 oranges. How many eighths will he have? Okay, he has 5 oranges, so 5 divided by, he's breaking those oranges up into eighths. And an eighth written is 1 over 8. So 5 divided by 1/8. And now we have to practice our keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep our 5. Change our sign from divide to multiply, and flip our fraction from 1/8 to 8 over 1. And in order to write 5 as a fraction, we just write it over 1. 8 times 5 is equal to 40, and 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And 1 can go into 40 times. So our answer is 40 eighths. And you'll write the word eighths, E-I-G-H-T-H-S. Let's look at number 14. Carrie has 32 ounces of ice cream to divide equally among 10 people. How much ice cream will each person get? Well, she's taking 32 ounces and she's dividing it amongst her 10 friends. Let's go ahead and practice our chant. Keep, change, flip. Keep our first number, 32. Change our sign from divide to multiply. And flip, remember 10 written as a fraction is just 10 over 1. So flip it and it becomes 1/10. Now in order to write 32 as a fraction, I just need to write it over 1. 32 times 1 is equal to 32. And 10 times 1 is equal to 10. I'm left with an improper fraction, and I know that 10 can go into 32 3 times because 10 times 3 is equal to 30. So it can go in 3 times. I'm left with a remainder of 2, and I write it over my original denominator, which is 10. Now here I have a 3 and 2/10, and so I know that 3 and 2/10 can be simplified because 2 can go into both 2 and 10. So it becomes 3 and 2 can go into 2 1 time, and 2 can go into 10 5 times. So it becomes 3 and 1/5. So 3 and 1/5 ounces. O-U-N-C-E-S, ounces. You can go ahead and complete 15, 16, and 17 on your own. Make sure that you take a picture, upload to Teams, and turn it in. Thank you.